aren't there things, Preet, that are structural that Democrats can do in the same way that look in North Carolina? What do they do as soon as the governor's a Democrat? They're like, oh, the governor doesn't have power anymore. That's too bad.
Look, you have to have the votes. So I think the most important thing is to get one or both chambers back.
Or you have to have an executive. Do you need the votes, or do you need an executive?
Well, that depends on what the answer, the new answer to the question is,
right,
of the first lady in whose White House Dan served, and that is when they go low, we go what?
Dan,
we go what? Do we go
Dan?
hardball?
Is there a new answer to that?
Yeah,
this is a general life practice that served me well, as I don't contradict Michelle Obama. So, but
did she have the would she have the same answer today?
I'm not sure she'd have the same answer.
I'll let her speak for herself. But I think if Democrats had the House, the Senate, and the White House, like what are some things you could do that would expand power and sort of help rebalance the scales,
or that would insulate them from the coercion and expansion of power on the other side undemocratically.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even talking about let's just jam 30 liberals on the Supreme Court. I'm talking about ways to combat what we're seeing now.
Right. But there's a paradox. The problem is, even if Democrats are not going to be as extreme in asserting executive power as Trump, they like executive power when they have the executive.
Yeah.
And it would seem weirdly self-defeating to finally get the White House and now, think charitably about the future against immediate self-interest and do things that are good for the country, so that not only the next president, but that president who finally has power as a Democrat after Trump would curtail his own powers. I don't see how that's sort of possible in the laws of the political universe that we live in.
Right. Dan, does that make sense?
We need a commission.
Yeah, it is like where Trump is the current end state of a sort of inexorable rise in executive power. Right, that's been going with every previous president. Every president has had more than the last, in part because Congress has sort of abdicated all of their responsibilities for oversight. The entire idea of impeachment is now mathematically impossible.
Impeachment, by the way, I think that's one of the things that Trump did. That was always held out as kind of the nuclear weapon, if you will, of accountability for an executive. By Trump being impeached twice, what it showed itself to be is just another paper-thin political process that really had no teeth. Oh, he was impeached twice. It almost felt like he got a speeding ticket. It seems that impeachment is now even no longer a guardrail of accountability within the executive.